What's going on, everyone? It is Friday night. The doors of the Skeptical Help Bar are open. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Hello, people. I love how everyone's filtering in. What's up, John Kennedy? Woo! Tommy, Diane. You guys are filtering in. That's awesome. So tonight, hey, Danny. Danny? Wow. Hello. I don't see you here often. How you doing? All right. So I'm in a good mood because I was pre-gaming a little bit, just pre-gaming, slightly. Somebody's coming into my room. Hello, Donna's here. She had abandoned me, but she's popping in.
Hi guys, sorry I can't be here tonight, but I have company.
She has company. She's gonna do work. She's leaving me.
Just for the night.
Just for the night.
Handle it.
Yes.
I want to say hello.
Oh my goodness.
Herbal. John, are you not feeling well?
Oh, here we go.
Hi, John.
This is why Donna's not on the show tonight.
Yeah,
well,
this is Diana,
kinda.
my crafting buddy.
I'm in town.
From North Carolina.
Hello, Divine One.
I know.
That's cool.
Bye, guys. I love you. I'll see you next week.
All right. So let me get to our party at Kenny's. Yeah, right. Party at Kenny's. No, they're gonna do crafts. So Diana doesn't live close by. She lives in North Carolina. So she's up for the week for work, and they decided to get together and do some crafts, which I don't know if they were doing crafts all the time. I think they were, goofing off. But anyway, so let me get to the rules. Hello, John without an H. Hey, Bob. All right, so let me find. Now I got to do all this shit myself because I don't have any help. Here are the rules. All right, we got rule number 1. You are welcome to ask any questions that you want, any paranormal / skeptical / science kind of questions. Let's not go crazy. And tonight is the night to do it because it is open mic night. That's right. You guys keep the show going. So if nobody asks any questions, we're going to have a short show. And I'm just going to go get drunk. Anyway, rule number 2 is that please remember, I don't know everything. I try to learn as much as I can, but I don't know everything. And if I don't know an answer to your question, I will certainly try to look it up. That's why we have multiple screens. This is a learning show. If I don't have enough time and it's really involved, then I'll probably say so and then write it down in my trusty notebook, which is always down here. And then I'll get back to you later. Rule number 3 is that we follow the Patrick Swayze rule and be nice. You can talk in the comments in the chat room. You can debate, you can discuss, and have great conversations. But if it gets out of line, then I will boot your ass tonight because Donna's not here. And I also, I kind of need your help tonight because just in case we get any Russian visitors that like to post porn links, save the link, but then let me know so I can boot them out of the chat room because I'm going to try and pay attention as much as I can to the chat room because that's where everything's coming from. But when I answer questions, you guys, if you've been with the show long enough, I get distracted easily. So that leads into rule number 4 is that if you have a question, please put a Q in front of it. StreamYard added a new feature that we used last week, which is really cool, that we can star. There's a little star that goes next to some of the comment or all the comments, and you can click on that star and it puts it in a separate category. So I can start starring the comments and then hopefully I won't miss them. And then rule number 5 is my favorite rule of all: drink up. That's the one I love. Let's see. North Carolina in the house. I'm having sound issues. I will join as soon as I can. Oh, okay. Let's see. Who else we got? John Kennedy, JD Sword. Hey there. I was waiting for you to show up because my drink is just not strong enough. And I might have to add a little bit more from my Thor's Hammer decanter. So let's pop that open. Oh, look at this. It really is a Thor's Hammer thing. Ah, that JD got me. Oh, I love that. All right. So with that done, with that said, tonight is open mic night. That means that it's actually one of my favorite topics, one of my favorite themes of this show, because let me get this let me get that out. Go back to my normal. There we are. So basically, this is your show. Like I said, this is your show. You guys can ask questions. You guys can throw up topics. If you want to come on, I will put the link to join in the chat room. And that way you can come on and actually discuss your question or topic. And, we can go back and forth if you want. But it's basically, this show is only as long as you guys keep it going. So, John Michael's got a question. Let's see. What computer software would you recommend learning for assisting in solving mysteries related to photo and video? Oh, that's a good question. Basically, I use two programs pretty much exclusively. I use Photoshop, and I don't get the premium ultra expensive version of Photoshop either. I have the basic version, which is enough, because most of the time when you're dealing with photo and video, though, so I have three. I'm sorry, my answer. I gotta fix my answer. I have three main software pieces. So Photoshop is the first one, and I use that a lot for photos because Photoshop. But you're adjusting like contrast, you're adjusting lighting, you're adjusting highlights and shadows and all this stuff. So it's all really basic stuff. And then you get the metadata, which you can get from most programs. But I've found that everything that I need to enhance a photo, I found in that. So I don't have to go any further. I mean, I would love to get some FBI level facial recognition and ultra that bullshit you see on like CSI Miami and stuff, where they take like a picture that's this wide and they pick a pixel that's right over here and then they blow it up and it's like clear as if they took a 14 megapixel picture of it in macro, which doesn't happen, but that would be awesome. What else do I use? On my phone, if I'm using my phone, I use something called Snapseed. It's an app. It's a photo app, and it does a lot of really cool enhancements. And you can pretty much do everything that I do with Photoshop. Plus, it has a lot of like deep high contrast, high def, dramatic effects that often bring out details, and it's pretty cool. I use that. And then with video, I use Filmora. I use Filmora, which is I can put the link in the chat room. I love using Filmora. That's what I use with all my videos. So the videos that I do for YouTube, and then my Ghost in the Machine series for Skeptical Inquirer. Let me put the Filmora. I'll put the link to them in the chat room, but I've been using it for maybe 2 years now, and I love it. It's really, really good. It's professional software, but it's not professional price. Let's put it that way. I can afford it. And that's the big thing for me, because the budget is small. So in addition to like subscription services like StreamYard, and then Filmora is a subscription-based thing, but I got in early where I got a one-time price that I paid to get it, but then I also pay for a subscription to get more effects and stuff like that. So it's I got a scratch back here. Sorry. It was bleeding earlier, and I don't know where I got it from. Somebody stabbed me. Maybe it was a demon. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it was this guy. Anyway, so that's what I got for there. I don't know. I don't really use anything else. So there you go. Cool. All right. Let's keep going. And again, let me put my banner up because I forget sometimes that I have these. There you go. Oh, and then we'll do that one. Look how fancy it is. I love it. Let me go through some of the comments. Go big or go home. That's right. Quantum mechanics and how it relates to the paranormal. Oh, I don't know if you're talking to me or not, but quantum mechanics, I'm not an expert in that, so I don't. And you know what's really, really, I guess, annoying to me is that when you go to like conventions or if you look online, because everyone's an expert online, we all know that. But you see people like you see ghost hunters, ghost hunting teams. They're like, oh yeah, well according to physics, or quantum physics and this and that, and they go on to tell you their interpretation of it, and they have no fucking clue what they're talking about. And I mean, I freely admit that I have no fucking clue what I'm talking about when it comes to physics. I am not a physicist. I've never studied it. I tried. Me and Tim Vickers, from Three Tortured Souls, me and Tim Vickers tried to take a physics course, like an introductory course. And the first step was a mathematics course. And I was like, no. I tried. I seriously tried. And something that probably would have taken other people maybe 10 minutes to get through. I was still stuck on it after like an hour or two. And I don't feel so bad because Tim was the same way. I'm just not good at math. And so I leave it to the experts. I leave it to people that actually can do it and know what they're doing. So how it relates to paranormal, people put all kinds of spins on that. And then the point of one of my Facebook posts earlier, I think earlier today or yesterday, was learning the difference between like hypothesis and theory, because so many people get the terms wrong and just throw shit out there and say, hey, according to physics, you can do this, and quantum entanglement, that makes ghosts exist. And this, oh my God, shut the fuck up. It's bullshit. Unless you have a degree, then I don't want to hear the interpretation. I really don't. And I don't know if am I getting a little bitter? Maybe. I don't know. Let's see. What, Daddy, why you gotta go? Why you just got here? We just started like 13 minutes ago. You can't go yet. You didn't even ask a question. All right. Math is amazing. It's universal. I agree. Like the stuff that I read about and try to learn about is way beyond me though. But it's awesome. I love it. All right. What else we got? Oh, cool. We got a Jeff as fuck. Jeff AO. What is a good way to detect or hear infrasound below human hearing live on site that affects some people? So infrasound is a really interesting thing. And I believe it's frequencies below 20 hertz. I think it's between 20 and 5 hertz. And that's the range where you get infrasound. There are microphones out there that will measure it or detect it, and you can measure it. But I'm not really well versed in that yet. I'm trying to be, because there's some experiments that I want to do that involve that. But it's not your typical microphone. I think you really need a specialized microphone for that, and then software that'll pick it up. So I don't know a good way. I'm not the person to ask for this. You're going to be the first question that goes into my notes here. What's a good microphone? What's a good mic for infrasound? And I'll look it up. And as soon as I figure it out, I will get back to you. And Jeff as fuck. That's what I'm gonna call you from now on, because I think that's a great name. That's a great name. That's awesome. All right, so I'll get back to you on that. Or I mean, we don't have too many questions here. So except for Ben Rafford, fuck that guy. What's he say? Why do you have scrubby beard sometimes, but not other times? Because it's dimensional. That's what it is. I'm jumping back and forth between the future and the past. That's why you see me like this. All right, so let's see. A microphone for, I gotta spell for. There you go. Infrasound. Oh. So let's see. I'm gonna share my screen so you guys can see it too. Why not? Let's learn together, because that's what I like to do. Share. This is so much easier when I have a producer. Donna, You're killing me, Smalls. Let's see. What is this? Am I doing it right? Yeah, there we go. All right, so let me do a little bit better there. So here's some microphones. Let's say, oh, $64. That's not bad. Omnidirectional measurement microscope, silver. This looks expensive. What's this? Let's see what this is. $50. Specifications. It says dynamic range, 50 decibels. Measuring range, 35. Oh, that's decibels. Oh, 31 hertz. So that doesn't, what the hell? That won't go down far enough. I want infrasound. 12 half-inch infrasound microphone system. All right, let's see what this is. Dun, dun. Frequency. There we go. 0.13 hertz to 20 kilohertz. So that definitely will pick it up. And how much is this? Add to cart. Oh, $1,600. Oh, you guys are gonna have to sign up for my Patreon page in order for me to get this. Holy crap, that's a lot. But I would expect this. Let's see, infrasound microphone. And again, like this is just a cursory look at it because I haven't really done a deep dive into any of this. Low frequency pressure field microphone, 0.07 to 20 kilohertz. Request price. That means it's expensive. That really means it's expensive. Let me see. I'm going back and forth between the comments and looking this up, but all right, let's see if there's another one. I'll do one more and then I will move on. And then infrasonic microphones. The following. All right, so following is a list of low frequency microphones purchased or custom built for deployment at volcanoes. Oh, I'm going to put the link for this in the chat. And then that might give you a start at, looking this up and figuring out what is going on and what's good for you. And you can let me know too, because I don't know. And I'd like to be able to do some experiments with this and at least take it out and familiarize myself with the workings of such a microphone. So, I burped. I'm sorry. All right, let me keep going. Let me see. Only slightly late. Hey, Jade Kitten. Good. Glad you're here. Let's see. Like more like dementia. Yeah, that's right, Ben. All right, the beard man. I know. I shaved. You know what? I like it sometimes. I get it. And it's in that phase where it feels pretty good and it looks nice. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then it gets too long. And I realize, like, especially because I have to wear a mask all day at work. And by the time I get out, it's not like coming down here. It's like all everywhere. And it doesn't like go back to where it should be. It just points in every single direction. And it was getting annoying. And I didn't like it. So I shaved, and it'll probably be back in like 2 shows. Let's see. There are no consumer-related equipment that will measure or play infrasound. Think about it. Why would a manufacturer make a device that is outside human hearing? Well, I mean, testing. I would say for testing facilities. If you go in, you want to. If it is a problem, if somebody suspects it's a problem, then you might want to check for it in your facility, in your warehouse or your factory or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what else you would use it for. This is definitely not my area, and I haven't had enough time, or I just haven't looked into it. So, but I am now, because there's another project. If you tune in tomorrow night for 3 Tortured Souls, you'll get a taste of why I'm going to dive into that particular topic. But you'll have to tune in tomorrow night for that. I can't tell you what it is now. Let's see. Wondering if recording live then replay at faster speed might work. Trying to keep it speed. I don't think so, because it's still playing. All you're doing is if you speed it up, I think, wouldn't that, if anything, increase the frequency? Wouldn't it be a higher? I don't know. I'm not that good with this. You guys are getting me with good questions that are way out of my wheelhouse. I apologize for being dumb tonight. All right. If you don't live in PA, or if you do not watch TV, feel lucky that you don't have to watch snake oil salesman. Oh, geez. No politics. Damn it. All right. Let me see, what questions have I not gotten to. All right. Let's see. Hey, Tim. What's up, Timothy Binga? Find anything about Houdini's gal pal Mackenberg? It's Mackenberg. So what I did find was not much. I'm kind of stuck. So Rose Mackenberg she's known as Houdini's assistant. So she was the chief investigator for Harry Houdini. She went ahead of his tour dates and would go in disguise undercover, and she would visit local psychics and infiltrate their seance rooms and figure out what they were doing. She was taught by Houdini on how many of the psychics / medium tricks were done during seances, and she would go in and watch, observe, learn how it was done, and then she would report back to Houdini, who would then replicate that seance show during his live performances. The problem is that she's gone. Like, she disappeared. She died in 1960s, and then I have no idea where she's buried, and I've been trying to find her. So I got a copy of her death certificate, but unfortunately that led to another mystery, because it does list a cemetery where she's buried, but one is crossed out and another one is written in on top of it in different handwriting. So I even contacted the funeral home that took care of her, and they lost their records in a flood. So I have nothing from them. The hospital where she had been for several months before she died is no longer in operation, and I can't get a hold of them. So the last I did was I actually called, I forget what department in New York, to see if she had a will on record. But the nice man, the very businesslike man, told me that it was a $90 fee in order to get a copy of her will. And I was like, all right, I got to wait on that a little bit. But I think that's my next step, is to get a copy of her will to see who, if there is one. And that's the thing, it's $90, and I don't even know if she actually had a will. So if she didn't, I'm just out $90. But if she did, at least I'll get an idea of who she may have left stuff to, and then who I can contact. So that's the next step. I just haven't gotten there yet. All right. So let me see. Let me check the comments. And I'm sorry if I'm going slow tonight, but this is what happens when I'm on my own. Kenny, if you run out of stuff, link me and I'll jump in. All right. You know what? I was supposed to do that. I did copy the link to join, and then I totally forgot what I was doing. So let me, I'm going to put that in the chat room now. And if you guys want to join, you can. I do have a few questions here. So let me see. Jade Kitten, have you seen the film Conjuring Philip? What do you make of it? To me, opinion withheld, to not influence yours. Oh, good. That's good. So I have not seen the film yet. I've heard the story. I've read about the event that they happen. And I mean, my personal opinion is that they let their imaginations go crazy. They made up a person, and they made up this character. So basically, the basic story is that a group of people got together and they tried a thought experiment where what would happen if they created this fictional character and then tried to actually create a thought form, basically, like create an entity from just thinking about it and filling in the blanks for the background. And I believe, according to the people involved, or at least most of the people involved, they succeeded. They think that they conjured up this entity named Philip, and from what I read, I think it was just their imagination. I don't see anything. There's no like good evidence. There's no evidence whatsoever. It's just anecdotes of what happened. It's just the stories from the people that were involved. So we have nothing tangible that we can look at, that we can test, that we can pick apart, and say, all right, well, you know what? Here's a photograph. Let's see if we can recreate it. Or here's a video, or here's audio clips. There's nothing that I found that we can do that with. So what do I think about that? I think it's just, imagination. It's like having an imaginary friend. When you're little and you have one, you think it's real. And then some people, they grow up and maybe they create imaginary friends and they think the same thing. I don't know. I don't know the people personally involved, but that would be my my interpretation right now. So let's see. Let me try and catch up with some of these comments. Oh, this is so much easier when I don't have to take care of it. Donna, come back up here. Let's see. As long as you get your point across. Got it. I got sleepy by the end of the whole time. Okay. I don't think. Yeah. But you can find books better than anybody. I can find books. Oh, you're talking to Tim. Wow. Let's see. What is I have some of the newspaper serials when she was writing about her work with Houdini. I don't have originals, but I have like a full wall poster. I have a huge poster that is like the I'm going to regret saying this, but her spread in one of the newspapers. It was a combination, I think, of all the articles that she had written. So I have a poster of that downstairs, which actually looks, I mean, if you don't know it's a poster, it looks like an original newspaper. But I don't have anything else from her. But I have a lot of prints. Like I was able to find a lot of stuff online, all the digitized versions of the newspapers where she published her articles. So I have all that stuff, and it's really cool. But I really just want to find her. Like this is like a personal mystery now, personal goal of mine. Hopefully before I die. All right, let's see. Probate court. Yes, that's right. Thank you, Tim. All right, let me see what else. What other questions do I have? I have one more question that starred. Bob says, non-paranormal question. What do you think of the first season of the Book of Boba Fett? So, I'm liking it. Spoiler warning if you haven't seen the last episode, but up until that episode, I was enjoying it. I don't know if I'm back and forth between the flashbacks being integrated into the show in the storyline because you're getting two stories, and I think that was purposeful. Well, they did it on purpose because they wanted to bring in more characters and develop two stories at the same time. So I get that. I think if they just started out with the Tusken Raiders, him living among them, I don't think it would have been as interesting. So you have to have the flashbacks with the present time. But I like it. I'm digging it. I'm digging all the Easter eggs, the callbacks to the all the series, all the trilogies. I like that they're going to cross over with the Mandalorian. I mean, they already crossed over, but they're going to cross over again. I like that, and I like the story, the world building. They're building up this backstory and showing there's more to Boba Fett than just a faceless bounty hunter. So I enjoy it. The last episode was not a Boba Fett episode because he didn't even appear in it. That was like Mandalorian 2.5. That's what that was. But it was good. It was I'm enjoying it. All right. So let me catch up. I'm so far behind on comments. I can see it. I'm like almost 10 minutes behind. Let's see. Let's see. JD says, question, hit me up. That's not a question. Hit me up after this and we can talk about the will. Okay. Oh, while JD's here, we should talk about, because I keep forgetting to bring this up, but JD and I are going to do, we want to do the one chip challenge again. So that means that we are both going to be, he's going to come on the show and we are going to eat this demonic possessed evil thing, and try to make it the entire show without drinking milk. But this is for charity. We did it once before. Where's the other one? Oh, here it is. Here's the one that we did last time. And then this is the new version. We just haven't gotten to it yet. So the deal is this. We're going to try and do it the show that's right around Valentine's Day. So what is that? What date is that? That is February 14th. So it would be the 11th, February 11th. So we have 2 weeks. And the deal is, if we can get donations to the Cancer Research Institute that total $500, then we'll both do it. I think that's the rules now. That's what we're going to go with. JD, correct me. JD, if you want to come on and we can talk a little bit about it right now. But that's what we're going to shoot for. So if you can donate a little bit to the Cancer Research Institute and take a copy of your receipt, let me know how much you donated, and then we'll tally it up. And if we reach $500 before the show on the 11th, right? Is that what I said? February 11th? Yeah. Then we will do the one chip challenge. Unless I have a guest, and then we'll postpone it to the next week. So there he is. I'm putting that out there. I'm glad I remembered because I kept forgetting. All right. I like that. That's not a question. Let's see. What do we got here? All right. John Kennedy, any news on anything cryptid lately? I have not seen anything. I mean, I don't follow closely any of the like Bigfoot circles or monster circles. Ben Radford, he's been in the chat room, he would be better for this because I know he keeps tabs on that stuff a little bit more than I do. So if he's got anything new coming up, I mean, he's the one that spoiled the whole Chupacabra legend. He just blew that thing out of the fucking water. I wonder how many fucks I can drop before Facebook gets pissed off. I don't know. Them and their new community standards and all that stuff. All right. Ben's got a question. Holy crap. Here we go. This is a long one. A while ago, you and I offered to help pay for someone to find the original research on Doris Byther entity case. Did the guy ever start the process and get a hold of Barry Taft's unit? I'm going to leave that one alone. So I have not heard anything. I haven't heard anything. And the last I checked, because I did start to write this up as an article, because if you guys don't know, Ben actually wrote an article for was it the last Skeptical Inquirer? The Halloween issue of Skeptical Inquirer, the print issue, where he talked about the entity case, the Doris Byther case, and he went into the backstory of it and the case behind the Hollywood case. And then he asked me to take a look at the photographs that are associated with that. So we put those out, and a gentleman by the name of Craig was very upset with our articles and wrote a long post about it and really just ripped into us. But a lot of all of his claims were false. They were really bad. They were poorly researched, if at all, and he really didn't know what he was talking about. He's a friend of Barry Taft, and I think he just had that knee-jerk reaction where he was pissed off, and he decided, I'm gonna lash out at these people. So after reading that, we brought him on to Three Tortured Souls, and Ben and I came on as guests, and I wasn't a host that week, and we did a debate, and we went back and forth. And during the process, this gentleman claimed that all of Barry Taft's research on the entity case and more was in a storage unit, and they needed to get it out. And we offered to pay. We would pay to help get that out and come out there and go through all the notes. I haven't heard from him since. Nothing. And I haven't reached out to him, to be fair, but he has not reached out to us and said, hey, you guys said you would do this. This is how much it would cost and so. But nothing, which honestly I didn't expect. I did not expect that to happen. And one of the things that did come up, this may be a spoiler, but we talked about the UCLA parapsychology lab, because that's one of Dr. Taft's like big claims to fame, that he worked for UCLA's parapsychology lab. And there was a question about it during a show, like, was this a legit thing or not? Because something wasn't right. And I did dig into that, and I found that it was absolutely not a legitimate sanctioned lab. So it was basically, there was a building where students and professors or staff could go into and kind of do their own little projects. They had little offices, I guess their own offices, and then they could do their own kind of work if they wanted to, but it wasn't a sanctioned or funded project. So it was not an official lab of UCLA. And when he keeps saying that, he's being misleading when he says it, honestly. And I'm not trying to pick on the guy. It's just basic fact. It's like me saying, oh, well, I'm an official. I work for Skeptical Inquirer's parapsychology lab, and there is none. But I could say, well, I was in Joe Nichols' office and he has a little lab, so I did some work in there. Therefore, I worked for that lab, and that would be totally false and deceitful on my part if I said that. So I just wanted to clear that little part up. But the short answer to your question, because I did a really long-winded answer there, was that no, nothing has come of that. So there you go. God damn, I talk a lot. Oh, man. It's hot up here. All right. I got JD on. Hold on. So, hey, buddy.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I am fantastic. A little chilly, but otherwise doing good.
Yeah, you got a hat on?
Yeah, my head gets kind of cold, Ben knows how it is.
All right. So, yeah, we're going to do this challenge, right?
Yeah. So, how I remember us doing it last year or 2 years ago, whenever it was that we did it, was if we hit the 500 mark, you would eat the chip with me.
Yeah. I think that what it was. You were going to do the chip anyway.
Yes.
And then if we hit $500, then I would do the chip.
Yeah.
I like that plan. I like that plan a lot. That is favorable to me. Except as Jade Kitten points out, we had someone decide, we're gonna screw Kenny and we're just gonna donate $500 in one shot.
Well,
and then I mean
it's for a good cause.
It was, yeah, I know. That's why I'm not allowed to complain. So how about we do this then? Please make a donation, and you're gonna do this no matter what.
Sure,
right?
I will.
Okay.
Yeah,
you're gonna do it no matter what, and we're gonna torture the shit out of you because we're gonna talk about a topic while you're in pain.
Oh, nice. Is it a surprise or? Yeah, you know what? Make it a surprise.
We'll pick a topic. We'll discuss it. So at least it's something you know about.
Okay.
And then if we hit $600 this time, then I'll do it with you. And we'll do it within like the first 5 or 10 minutes of the show, and then we'll have to suffer through the whole show. Cool. And do it. So there you go. $600 and I'll join in, but that's if we get a total amount by February 11th. So by the time I get home, which I'm on first shift now, which is freaking awesome. I love it. I'm home in plenty of time. I'll check it and make sure and tally it up. And If we hit it, we hit it, and I'll be pissed off. Damn, I'm gonna do this damn chip again. So, all right, that's good. That's good. I like that. So there you go, people. Dig deep. Give a couple bucks to the Cancer Research Institute. Let me get the link up, so you know where to actually donate, because this is a real good place. This is what this is the charity that I have been I'm not associated with it, but I've been giving to since I started taking donations. So it's a really good place. They've always been nice. Here we go. Copy, and there we go. So that is in the chat room. All right. So what's up? You got any questions? You got any topics you want to throw out there while you're here?
I don't really know about topics.
You want to sing a song?
I thought it was funny. Yeah, sure. I thought that magazine I sent you and Dave and Tim a picture of the other day that I saw in the supermarket was hilarious. It was all about ghost hunting and how easy it is, and you too can be a ghost hunter if you just follow these simple steps.
Yes.
And it, a whole $14.99 magazine, which I think that's insane as a price for a magazine anyway. But when I saw it, and I was like, this is kind of a hefty magazine. It's got to have some level of detail stuff, right?
Right.
And mostly it was just talking about, and I should have took a picture of who the couple are on the cover of the magazine, because I presume they wrote most of the articles. I was not familiar with them.
Oh, that's Amy Bruni and Adam Barry. They do a show called Kindred Spirits.
Okay. Now, the really sad thing was, if I remember, and I don't know if it's visible in any of the pictures I sent, I believe this magazine was associated with National Geographic. And this isn't the first time I've seen a magazine of theirs that was kind of like, eh. But,
yeah, you know what? Lately, like the last couple years, I have seen them put out shit like this, where it's like National Geographic presents the most haunted places in America, or something like that, and it's like I've wanted to pick it up just to page through it, but yeah, it's usually like $15-20, like that. I'm like, I'm not paying for this, but I'm standing here in the supermarket. Let me page through it anyway.
That's what I did.
It's all the same shit that you can get online, and I can't stand that. That burns me up when it's almost like they copy and paste right from like Wikipedia or something like that, and then put it in a book and say, well, you know what, you should buy it.
Well, that's what a certain Zach Baggins does. So maybe they're taking a page from his rule book.
He does it. The show Paranormal Caught on Camera. I mean, that's literally a show that goes to YouTube, takes videos, and then puts them in a show and on a network.
Now that I haven't seen. What channel's that on?
That is, let me see here. Let me take that out.
It's probably on a streaming service I don't have.
It's on one of the networks. What is this? No, somebody's getting booted. Oh, look at this. Boom. Somebody's booted. Sorry. I saw a weird comment. So, Paranormal. I saw one show. I saw the first episode. I did a review for Adventures in Poor Taste, the website. And every video that they showcased, and I think they showed like maybe 10 videos throughout, and it's one of them shows where they repeat the video over and over and over again because they're only like 10 seconds or 30 seconds. So let's see, TV program, Paranormal Caught on Travel Channel.
Okay.
And they have experts like Brian Kano. But it's videos. Every single video that I saw in the first episode was on YouTube. I've already seen it like a dozen times. You can go to YouTube and type in like ghost videos or paranormal videos or poltergeist videos, and boom, it shows up. I can't stand shows like that. I cannot stand shows like that because it's like, this is the laziest producing ever.
Yeah.
And just like with writing, when you take Wikipedia articles and I'm not saying that's exactly what they did,
Right.
but they basically take. Go ahead.
There was, and I mean, part of that could be the format of the magazine, but yeah, there's no citation, so it all sounds very authoritative. And if I was correct, and it had the National Geographic logo and stuff on it, that carries a certain kind of like prestige with it. So that also kind of helps in terms of the credibility of the department. So it's very, it would be easy for somebody to open a magazine like that and see them talking about things like ghost boxes or EMF and be like, well, it's in National Geographic. It must be true.
Right. And that's the shitty part. That's how History Channel went downhill.
Mm-hmm.
Like they started out pretty good, showing really decent series that went into history a thing. And then they got stuck on this cocaine addiction of ancient aliens.
Aliens and Hitler and alien Hitler.
Yeah. Like really crappy topics that had nothing to do with the history, except they try to tie in, let's talk about the history of this haunted place.
Mm-hmm.
And that was their tie-in. So really, I really don't like that. It bothers me, but who am I? All right. So with that, let me say thank you for coming on. And hopefully we will be, I know you will be torturing yourself in a couple of weeks. And
always a pleasure.
Hopefully I won't be. Because I want to sit here and just watch you like turn red and dying as you eat this thing. I don't know if this is supposed to be hotter than the other one.
I think it's the exact same kind of chip.
So let me
I don't have my other box with me, but I don't think they changed the
21 grams calories. Oh, it's less calories.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Serving size. So it doesn't actually tell you ingredients. Here we go. Blue corn, sunflower oil, Carolina Reaper pepper, scorpion chili pepper, and sea salt.
Yeah. That's the same.
So the other one had, let's see, Carolina Reaper pepper, scorpion chili pepper, sea salt, activated charcoal powder. Chipotle pepper powder. So I don't know what that word is. Something else. I don't know if this will pick it up.
Nope. No. Even with glasses.
No, there's a couple other peppers on here. So this, I think, this probably hot. Pepper? What is it?
Is it Szechuan pepper?
Oh, that might be it. It's really tiny. I'm doing the old man thing. Yeah, Szechuan pepper and Szechuan pepper extract. So this other one might have been hotter.
Yeah.
Than this one. I still don't want to do it. All right, man. You take it easy. Have a good night.
You too.
And I'll talk to you soon. All right. Boom. That's awesome. I love having JD on. He's a good guy. All right. Let's see. What else we got? Can I send the link again? Yes, I can send the link again. I think. Is the link in there? That's not it. Let's see. Do you want to send Tommy? You're asking for the link to the chip. Let's see. Let me get that before I got John in the green room. I see him back there. Let's see the one chip challenge. One chip challenge 2021. Oh, I like how one of the search results said one chip challenge death. I got to look that up later and see what that's about, because that looks good. So link. Here is the link to the official website. There you go. So you'll get that. And that question is done. Awesome. So I'm going to bring on John, and I have other questions here, I think, that we can, we'll see. So here we go. Hey, John.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, buddy?
Oh, not much. Just sitting here. I didn't have any alcoholic beverages, so I took a little adult wacky tobacco. So
Does that mean like a
yeah. I can I can neither confirm nor deny that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So either you're gonna get like really like chill, or you're gonna start spouting off like the secrets of the universe.
Actually, we might go there.
So what's up, man? What do you got going on?
A couple questions or a couple topics, if you want. The first one, we kind of talked about this, and you said your show is more on the the ghost cryptid side. However, well, I was just curious if you ever thought about doing a show on a more, and I hate this term, but the political side of things, but not taking sides on either side, but more looking at things, how to be skeptical about the news that's coming out and towards things like QAnon or other organizations.
That would be something I'd be interested in doing. I would have to have somebody on that is really good at that, like really well versed, because I'm not like I don't follow a lot of that. Like one of my unwritten rules for here is that I don't talk about politics, just because it's shit. Uh-oh, did I lose? Oh no, good. All right. You look like you were frozen and then you blinked. I'm like, God damn, you sit still.
Yeah.
Holy shit. So I don't I don't like politics because people get so passionate. It's like talking about religion, and I do dip into religion. And I've done it several times, especially because you bring it up.
Yeah.
But
that's my wheelhouse is religion. So
I think we can talk about religion a little bit better because it does border. I mean, I consider it paranormal. I consider it a paranormal topic because of a lot of the things that are involved. A lot of people don't consider it. They consider religion and paranormal as separate. Like, oh yeah, that's all on you. That's all on you when it comes up. So I don't like when it comes to other topics. I definitely would have to have someone on that has written about it extensively or talked about it extensively, and that would be something that would take me time in order to research them too, to make sure that this is a person that's fair and as unbiased as I would like them to be, and can talk openly about it. So without getting butthurt, because
right, and that's a big thing with when you're talking about politics is people getting butthurt.
Right.
But I think if you look into not so much the sides, but more of how you're finding the facts of things that are being said from certain politicians.
Right. I mean, it's. I guess what keeps me hesitant about it is because I'm not involved in it. Like I don't follow those topics anywhere near as what I should be, and I would basically be a moderator, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that as long as I have somebody that really does know what they're talking about. I would have no problem. And you know what? There's plenty of authors that I do interact with once in a while through Skeptical Inquirer and other outlets that I could reach out to. And I'm slowly starting to do that. Like we when we did the episode on facilitated communication, like that was out of my wheelhouse. I have no idea what that was. I mean, let me rephrase that. I knew about it, but I didn't know how in depth it was. And I was lucky enough to find somebody that did know about it, and that I also knew that person, and I knew their research, and I knew they were somebody that was well informed. So that's my concerns. I have to make sure I get someone that's well informed, and that I can bring on here. And even if I have questions, because I'm going to be like that little kid. I don't know. I'm going to ask questions. I'm going to be that annoying little fuck that is like, what's that? What's that? Why do you do that? What do you mean? And I need them to be able to answer my questions and then answer the questions of people in the chat room. And I don't want people in the chat room getting really, because I know there's a few people in there that can get, let's say, passionate about the topics, and
Oh yeah.
you know, there's been one or two people that have been borderline getting the boot, das boot. So that's why I really harp on the rule number 3. But yeah, I mean, that's something I definitely would like to get into more, and like stuff like this, suggestions like this. I don't know who Andrew Colligan is, but I'm going to write that down. You're going to be my second note for tonight. And
a great book on this topic from people I know you kind of interacted with in the past. They wrote a book, is a Skeptic's Guide to the Universe, and it talks about how to check sources of things and certain things to watch for, like especially with biases. I'm sorry.
What person are you talking about?
It was Skeptic's Guide to the Universe. All of the people in there.
Oh yeah, the whole crew.
Yeah.
I do have their. It's up here somewhere. The novellas.
Yes.
Yeah. Great, good people. I've met them at some of the SciCons, and I was part of one of their live shows, which was fun. But yeah, that would be really cool to have one of them on and talk about those topics. And they get into other topics themselves. You know, like they all have their little niche, which I would love to have each one on. Talk about it. All right.
So do you want to jump on a second topic, or do you want to just
what?
on?
Let's let me see. Let me make sure. I do have thank you, John. A news reporter that runs a pretty big YouTube channel now, and he's attended several rallies and such. He's very neutral in reporting. All right, so I'll try and reach out to him, see if we can get that going. So let's take. We're at our pee break time. That's what it's going to be called now, a pee break. It's not going to be commercial time. It's just going to be pee break because everybody's. I mean, I love it. Everyone's got to go. All right, so let's take our pee break, and then we'll come back and we get into the second topic that you have. All right.
Okay.
So everyone that's watching, you have about 3 minutes to dump and refill from now. Hey everyone, this is my store based on the theme of science and skepticism. It's here that you can find all kinds of shirts and hoodies, yoga pants, tote bags, the fanny packs I know you guys love, masks and pillows, all with science and skepticism as the theme. I even have hoodies for your pets. That's right, your dog or cat can wear one of these things. I also have a general store that sells more inspirational quotes or, drinking stuff because I like that kind of thing. I also have a store set up for our Three Tortured Souls podcast, which we do Saturday nights. You can find shirts and Tim Vickers' favorite drinking vessel, the mug. I also have a store tailored a little bit more towards my ghost hunting friends, Paranormal by I Am Kenny Biddle. These are shirts and quotes that are a little bit more on the ghost hunting side, especially this one, Translucent Perished Beings. Ghosts. That's my favorite. So if you're interested, head on over to teespring.com/stores/scientific skepticism by IAKB and check it out. Thanks.
Are you tortured by what you see and hear about the paranormal field? Join us as we critically examine and question paranormal claims, science, ghosts, demons, cryptids, UFOs, ghost hunting technology, and much more are all on the table for discussion. Three Tortured Souls is a video podcast that streams live on Saturdays at 8 p.m. Eastern and 5 Pacific.
All right. That was nice. Let's see.
Yeah.
They're calling I like Bob's little comment. Let's call it Kennedy time. Nice. Very cool.
So I did want to say, since you
Sure.
guys are doing more open mic nights and stuff, I broke out my professional
Ooh,
snowball. So
nice. Your
I had
blue
to buy a
ball.
new. Yeah. So I had to buy a cord for. Oh shit! See, I'm usually the one spitting the shit out.
Nice. That's because you're not a lady. Anyway, going too far. Oh, I wanted to show off something to everybody. I got my
Oh yeah,
Ghostbusters popcorn holder. Look at this. This is huge. That's what she said.
that's what she said.
Look at wait. Can you see the lights? The lights
That
are
is
going up.
awesome.
And even the back ones. And then it opens up. Popcorn. But I'm not actually going to put popcorn in there. Because like my wife, Donna was like, there's nothing. It's like pretty. How do you clean that?
Yeah.
Because it goes all the way up front. All the way up
Wow.
front. How do you clean it? I don't know. But I'm never putting popcorn in this because I'm just going to have it on display. It's really nice. All right. So you got another topic. What do you got?
Yes. Depends. Do you want to go? I know John was wanting to talk about thermodynamics and fucking quantum mechanics and all that, or do you want to go more paranormal? Because I got one for both.
Let's go more paranormal because I am not getting too deep. Because I accidentally poured a lot of rum in this, so I'm going to be feeling really good by the end of the show. So what do you
Nice.
got?
Okay, so I've spoken to several people about different things and about voices they hear or things that they see, and they swear that it's an outside source that's making a sound because they can tell the difference between what's inside their head, like that voice you have that's constantly going that is your conscious. What the fuck? Right. And the difference between that and something that's on the outside. So how do we determine if it really is something on the outside versus what they're hearing in their head?
So this should really be a good question with Dave to have Dave on because I know he would have some ideas. But for me, there's different scenarios. So like one scenario that that's coming to mind when you say this is like when people are in the shower and they think they hear their name called. So one of the things that I've read about, and I can't give you any references right now, but I might look into this. I'm going to look into this because I think I recently read an article about this, about hearing voices. I'm sorry. Somebody else just popped into the green room, and
Oh boy.
I see the little icon, and it's already going to be something bad. I'm not bringing them on yet, so it's going to be a minute. Oh my god. So with that, like when you're in the shower, there's a lot of white noise. So that the shower head is creating white noise. The water coming out, hitting it, it's creating all these different sound frequencies that are meshed together. And you can pick out stuff. And this is our brain's ability to pick out patterns. we're constantly listening for something that's recognizable. And even if we hear something that is not what we think it is, it's not a word. Like if I swear that I hear Kenny, that's just a sound. I might not hear that word, but because of what I'm doing, I'm inside the shower, things are happening, I'm turning around, different acoustics. I might hear a sound that's similar to what Kenny sounds like. And I might think, oh, someone's calling me. And I've done it. I have done it. Especially when I was younger, I thought like my mom was calling me. And I'd be like, oh, what? What do you want? And mom's not either mom's not home or mom didn't call me. But it only happens when I'm in the shower. Like I never had that experience when I wasn't in the shower. So that's what I blame it on. How to go ahead.
That article you're talking about, I know what you're talking about. I read it here a few months back, and they said it's with any kind of like constant white noise. It's been noticed with fans, machines that are making a constant noise. Just like you said, it's the pattern seeking and the noise that's being picked up.
Yeah. And I mean, air conditioners, like I've noticed that when we have an air conditioner in the window in the bedroom, it's probably about 3 or 4 feet from my head. And I constantly, and I think my wife, and if she agrees, she can yell up from downstairs because I know she's watching this on the TV. But
Hey, Donna.
we hear what sounds like music. And it's constant. It's only when the air conditioner is on, but you hear something that sounds like music. And there's been several times when I've woken up thinking, I'm hearing somebody's playing fucking music out in the street. It's like 2 a.m. I'm gonna get my BB gun. I'm gonna start shooting out windows. Yes, I just heard her. Okay. And then I look out the window, or I go downstairs, I open the door, nothing. But when I lay back down in bed, right next to the air conditioner, I hear it. And as soon as I turn it off, that's when my skeptical mind starts going, all right, let's figure out what this is, because I need to get to sleep. And I'm not going to sleep until I figure out what the fuck is going on. And then I'll, get up, turn off the air conditioner. It's gone. Okay, turn it back on. There it is. All right, cool. Figured it out. So I think there's a lot of scenarios where there are other noises. And like you said, when things come together as white noise, when you're in the shower, when you're watching TV and listening to something on your phone at the same time, you're combining frequencies. When you're out in a crowd, when you're in a theater or in a mall or something like that, and there's a lot of people talking, a lot of noises. You have background music, you have footsteps, you have people moving bags, you have all this stuff. In addition to voices, you're going to hear stuff that you recognize, and you're going to pick out certain things. So when it comes to how do you determine if you're hearing it in your head or if you're actually hearing it physically out in the physical world, and we're talking like vibrations through the air, hitting your eardrums, boom, you're there.
Real quick, here's something else to ponder. You just made me think of. Could it be possible that, because we know parts of our brain fire off just randomly sometimes, could it possibly be an auditory nerve lighting up and taking that constant voice that we have and making it into an audible sound that is registered in our brain as coming from the outside, but it isn't? We have phantom pains and shit like that all the time, and it means nothing.
I mean, Jeff as fuck here. He's got it. You put a recorder out. If you really think you're hearing something when you're in the shower, or if you're in your bedroom or a room with air conditioner going, then put a recorder right outside. So outside the doorway or inside the doorway, and record it, and then play it back and see if you actually hear. I mean, that's the simplest, most effective thing I can tell you. And that'll tell you if there's a physical sound or not. And if you play it and don't hear it, that can go either way. I think, and I'm totally going to be biased here, you can be rational and say, oh, well, you know what? I did this several times. I've recorded it. I played it back. I didn't hear anything. It's probably me hearing audio pareidolia while I'm in the shower. But you're going to have believers that are going to insist, you know what? Your recorder can't pick up the ghostly sounds that I'm hearing, because it's psychic energy or whatever, and bullshit, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So sometimes you'll win, sometimes you won't, but I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to bring on our other guest here.
Oh boy.
I'm saying that so he can get ready. Here we go. We're going to have John without an H pop in with us. Here we go. And on.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Nobody's there.
Oh man.
It's like I think you spend time during the week and figure out how can I do my intro into the show in the weirdest fucking way possible.
Here's my trash can. That's kind of cool, right?
No, you're not eating those Tide Pods, are you?
They're delicious. I thought that's what they were for.
Now we have the John and John segment of the show.
Hey, Kenny, welcome to the John and John show. We're glad.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. What?
Viewers just decreased. Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Everyone's leaving.
Yeah, that's all. That was the extra bots and stuff. I kicked them from. So, what questions did you have for us, Kenny?
Why do you have a helmet on?
You never know. You never know what's gonna happen, man. And it's a Russian helmet, so I don't know.
Oh,
yeah.
Maybe you're working for them.
Yeah, I won't confirm or deny that.
Okay, we're gonna have to terminate this connection because you ain't hacking my. I have enough porn on my own. I don't need yours.
Oh,
all
man.
right. Do you have a topic or a question, or you just wanted to come on and?
Do I have a topic or a question?
Do you?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, I have a couple questions here I can throw out, and we can do like a little panel.
I do have a question, but we can do other people's questions because I feel like I'm getting in front of them. That's cheating.
All right. So let's do. I have 3 questions here. Let's get through them, and then we'll take your question. How about that?
What a great plan.
Well, it is a great plan. It's my show. So it's a great plan.
I'm gonna put on some beard wax while you guys do this.
All right. That's good. All right. Bob's question was putting my teacher hat on. Why is there a space between the S and the top on your Never Stop Learning board? Am I violating the don't be a Richard rule?
Hey, literally almost pointed that out earlier in the chat and I didn't.
Wow. That's simply because, you know what? So I am such a nerd. I have shit. You guys have, I think all of you guys have seen my office, and I think I've done a tour. I'm going to do it one more time. All right. So let's start over here. So this is what I see. Tons of shit. We have Star Wars on this shelf. We have comics on the top shelf. Superman mostly, but other things like Marvel. And then we come around, we have lots of books. We have the studio here in front of me. Lots of stuff. So when I go to rearrange something and I don't do it extremely carefully, lots of shit falls. And I'm usually trying to catch everything. So I actually knocked that over yesterday. And it tumbled behind the desk, and I had to move a lot of stuff to get to it because there's just so much stuff, and I just never fixed it. So I'm going to fix it. There we go.
there it is.
So now it should be fine and good. So there you go, Bob. I hope you feel better about that. I do feel better because now that you pointed it out, it was really bothering me. All right. Next question. Let's see. Oh, that was a link to the chip. I already did that, so that was an easy one. Tommy, does it seem like pareidolia is just about the explanation for all paranormal stuff? So I would say it's for a lot of stuff, but not everything. A belief plays a big part of it. if you have that belief, you're going to interpret everything as paranormal. And we see that when people go into a haunted location or an allegedly haunted location, even before they get there, they're posting on social media, I can't wait to get all this evidence. They haven't even gotten there yet. And they're already convinced that they're going to get evidence of ghosts. And that's the wrong attitude going in. So I think a lot of people go in, they interpret weird results. If they can't explain it, that means to them it's unexplainable, which is not necessarily true. And I think that a lot of the stuff like noises and visual interpretations on pictures and video, if you have that filter, that extremely biased filter, you're going to see things in a different way. And pareidolia is not pareidolia. Sorry, is my Philly accent's coming through. It's more, I think it's more subjective. I think it's really more of a subjective experience because you're looking at things, you're interpreting it. If you have biases, if you have wants, if you have needs, if you have this desire, I really need to get something so I can post it on my Facebook page and get like 100 likes, you're going to see that and you're going to see a figure. And then we get into things like priming, because once you post it and you post what you think it is, that's what people will see. That's what people will hear. I don't think it's for everything. I think there's some definite mistakes, but I mean, especially when we talk about equipment, I don't think pareidolia comes into the equipment thing, like what meter readings, EMF readings, or like the static detectors and stuff like that. So I don't think there's that issue.
I think the and not to interrupt. I know. Sorry, Kenny. Not to interrupt. But,
Tommy is actually on. He just popped in, so he can come on and discuss it. Wow, he's got a fucking beard and a half. Holy shit! Hold on, I'm bringing him on.
So excited.
Hey, Tommy.
Hello there.
What is this?
I saw him get on, so I was like, I've got to hop in
like
as well.
Dwarf. You're like, the
fucking Odin.
D&D character I grew up with.
I'm ashamed to have my video open now.
Oh my god! I don't know if you're gonna get the reference, but I want to call you Flint. Fireforge.
From Ironforge?
Flint Fireforge. It's a Dragonlance reference. I love the Dragonlance novels. But your name is Flint now.
Okay.
So what's up? What's up, man?
Oh well, not much. I just saw this guy in here with the beard, and I thought, hey, I can probably get in here as well.
That's what you need to get in. I mean, I shaved mine off, but you need a beard to get in.
I tried to send you some messages to say, hey, I support you. You're doing a great job. Keep it up.
Thank you. So this is a good question, though. But John without an H, you were going to comment on this. Hello? Oh my God, we lost him. He bailed on me. You piece of shit. Get back here.
Well, I actually have a comment on this.
Go ahead.
So you were saying a lot of it has to do with the whole belief thing being a huge part of it. What if we just took the belief out of the equation? Then most things besides like the EMF and all that stuff, everything else that is physical does seem to be pareidolia.
If we took the belief out, then I guess yeah, it really depends on because everything really depends on the interpretation that we are presented. Right. So that's what we get. Most of the time I get the interpretation before I get the actual data, which in this case would be a photo or a video or EVP or what have you. So yeah, if we get just the data, then that does take out the belief. That takes it out from the beginning, and it gives a more objective viewpoint. Because I can look at it and say, okay, and I definitely have my own biases, but I think the difference is I acknowledge them. I know I have biases, and right. I try to account for them. I try to compensate for those biases. So I'm looking at it going, all right, what can this be? That's my focus all the time. What can this be? not this is a ghost or this is definitely not a ghost. I
Right.
really, actually, that bothers me. I hate when people go into it thinking this is bullshit. This is not a ghost. I'm going to debunk this. I don't like that.
Right. And it's the same with people's stories. Like I noticed that a lot when people are telling stories about things they experienced, or like, it was just your imagination or whatever. It's like, this person really did experience something. Is it paranormal? We don't know. You'd have to look into it. But to sit there and just blow them off as, it's your imagination. You didn't see anything. I mean, that bothers me.
Yeah, you should never. I mean, and that was the fascinating thing. I'm probably going to go off on a tangent here, but when I did the course with Lloyd Auerbach, and we did a course called "Skeptical Approach to Parapsychology," it was fascinating to talk to the students, talk to Lloyd, and realize like one of their biggest gripes is that people dismiss them without even looking at the data. They don't
Right.
even look at the reports. They just dismiss them out of hand. And even though I don't share their beliefs, I don't believe in psychics, I don't believe in ESP or remote viewing, I'll still look at your case reports. I'll still look at the data because I want to see maybe there is a change.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not doing these experiments. Let me look at the experiments. And John, and I forget his last name, but John, who is the director of the Ryan Institute, invited me down to take part in some of their experiments and like critique them, like go through the whole experiment process for the different things that they do and offer my advice or offer my critique of what's going on, which I was like, this is great. This is how it should be. We're working together, not against each other.
Right.
So,
Well, Kenny, I sent you a link earlier on. It was something that was sent to me by a friend, and this pareidolia thing was something I was fairly interested in getting an opinion on. The video is of a ghost running across a cemetery in I think it was Gettysburg.
okay.
I watched this 3 times maybe to try to see what they saw as the ghost, and eventually I was, I think I see what you're seeing, but like I didn't have that priming to go, oh, this is it, and so I just didn't even see what they were talking about in the video. But I mean, it's titled like Two Spooks. I think it's called Two Spooks.
Can we say that now? Spooks.
I don't want to bias you as to watching it, but
well, no. I mean, we can watch it. Did you send it to me via Facebook or how did you send it?
I sent it to you under question.
I can't hear you. You're getting muffled. YouTube. Okay.
Sorry, I may have pre-gamed a little bit harder than you did, Kenny.
Oh. Well, then, challenge accepted, bitch. Let's drink up.
What channel I'm on here?
Let's see. So I'm looking. I don't see any messages.
I can resend it.
I don't know if it's your microphone because once you go to the side, you get very muffled.
Yeah.
Until you come back to center.
I'll try to just face you when I'm talking then.
Thank you. So YouTube, did you comment on a video or?
I just resent the link.
Okay. Through YouTube.
Yes.
Okay. I'm trying to find, let me see. I don't know if I have how do you check your, I never check like mail or.
It's just in chat, but if it helps, it's
Say it again.
I said it's just in chat here, but if it helps.
Oh, okay.
Spotted running across road.
Let me see here. Yeah.
Maybe I can send it to you in here.
Can you send it? Yeah, send it. Yeah, send it to me here, and then I can copy the link, and we can take a look at it. I love looking at videos. Oh, somebody making a statement. As I understand,
Oh,
physicists in particular tend to be dismissive of psi phenomenon because it's not compatible with quantum theory. So either our best current understanding of physics is fundamentally wrong, or psi phenomena isn't real. So I think just an offshoot here. I think the problem is that there's a lot of assumptions, and like for example, there's a book that I'm reading, and it's not the one that we're reviewing tomorrow when you tune into Three Tortured Souls, which you should at 8 p.m. Eastern.
absolutely.
I'm reading a book that has a very strong bias against scientists or science in general, and I think it's a misunderstanding, but it's an assumption that science doesn't give a shit, that science doesn't care, that science dismisses it, and that when you say things like that, it is a blanket statement, and you include every scientist everywhere saying they're all dismissive, and they're not. That's the
Nope.
problem. There are not. There are plenty of scientists out there that are interested in this topic, and they do try to study it. They do try to test it. Do I see a comment?
Big problem with that is when these people are doing that kind of stuff, they're picking and choosing certain people that are known for being dismissive and pointing to these people and trying to say this is all science, this is all scientists, and that's not the way it is.
Right. And I mean, you can't assume what science is going to determine or what scientists will say. And that's what we see. We see a lot of that. People just assume like, oh, there's this almost tribal knowledge kind of bias against science in general. You know, like I can't tell you how many books I've read where it was like, well, science just they hate us. They don't listen to us. They dismiss us. No, jackass. Fucking talk to a scientist. Talk to one instead of assuming what they're going to think. That's the bad part. And you can't just say, well, scientists just dismiss everything. Yeah, some do, but not everyone does. So you have to search out and find somebody that will talk to you and at least explain things to you in a better way. And I want to say like Barney style, which is something I got from my friend Melanie. It's a military term, but you basically dumb it down. Because yeah, sometimes when scientists talk, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I'm like, what? What's that mean? I have to look up like half the words you said. But
see, the thing with I think I don't know who it was. I think it was Feynman. Richard Feynman said, if you cannot explain something to a 5-year-old to where they can understand it, you don't understand the topic enough.
Okay. If you can't explain it, then you don't understand it.
Right.
Correct. Right.
So I'm not seeing. Oh wait, there's a wait.
Did you get the private chat with?
Yeah, it's in private chat. I see it.
Message here.
Oh yeah.
I just sent it.
Let me see. Private chat. There it is. Oh, cool.
This is really so much more of a comment on maybe pareidolia versus any kind of debunk. But again, like I watched this video 3 or 4 times before I could even like cue in on what they were trying to show me.
All right.
Did it have that big green circle that
I'll
Kitty
be
loves?
very curious if you come to the same conclusion that I do.
I'm trying. Oh, I know this video. I know. I wrote an article about this video, so I know it very well.
I'll have to do a better job following then.
Let me see. I'm trying to get this. It's not playing. It's not playing for me. I don't know why. Let me try and reload this and see if we can get it up before.
Grab myself a drink as bringing it up.
Let me see if I can do this again. Loading. Come on, baby. You can do it. You can do it. Let me get that out of there, and then let me play this. Let's see if it loads. But this is one that was done in Gettysburg. He's right, and somebody was driving up to an area. They saw something. Oh, there's a commercial. So let me mute my mic.
Yeah, damn commercials.
You talk.
I hope John comes back. 'Cause I know
I've been wanting to bring this one up to you for a little bit. Again, just for the reasons that I said. I mean, it did not seem to me like very much. I guess you've seen it, so I don't need to spoil it for you. But it was more about just people seeing what they wanted to see, or somebody else saying, "Hey, there's this evidence," and they go, "Oh, this is good. This is evidence. Let me share it."
All right, so let me see here. All right, so I can actually play it now. All right, let me share it. And this one, I'm going to share the audio too. There we go. All right, so let me play it. All right. So that's about it. I don't know if they're going to show like what are they going to do?
I don't think they do a zoom in to draw your
Okay.
attention to it.
So this made the rounds a while back, and it came up on these sites, the like Daily Mail and stuff like that, and it had the red circle of death around the ghost. And I'm going to try and get to the actual ghost here. All right, so this is them driving up.
because I don't know that I haven't seen this, and I didn't see shit that time.
So one thing I want to point out, and which they're not letting me do here, I hate that it keeps going to the screen. So one thing I want you to look at is that the ground is wet. So it was raining.
Okay.
And I checked the weather report, and it was raining in Gettysburg that night. That night, it was a light rain. So what they see here, I'm going to try and point it out. So it's actually right there. You'll see it come across. There it is. It's real quick. What it is actually it's rainwater, and it made a trail down the windshield. And once the reflection off of the monuments passed through that, it distorted the view, and it made it look like the other video that was making the rounds. It was slowed down. It was clipped out of this. We actually don't see this part where he stops.
Oh.
But the original video is just this, about right here, and then it goes to right about there. You see him. He's right there.
Yeah, you can see it a little bit before too. I was wondering if that was it. The first time going through it, I didn't notice it because that's what I assumed it was the rain. So,
but yeah, it definitely is on his windshield. You can see the whole trail.
Yeah,
it's actually
even right there at the beginning. You can see some of the.
Yep. It's right there, yeah. And then here's this little dot. I'm trying to trace it. It's on his windshield, and that's the water drop. And you can trace it straight up his windshield. Yeah. So that's what that is.
There we go. And that's exactly what I came to with this. Is like, all right, this is a water droplet on the windshield. The only complicating factor here is it's a handheld camera, and they are all over the place.
Right.
If you were to take that and stabilize it based on maybe like that dot on the windshield, it wouldn't look like anything. I mean, you could stabilize, and it would just be a smooth nothing. I think the only thing that made that pop as something paranormal was that they moved the camera fairly quickly, and there was a water droplet that just gave an image going to the side.
And things like this, it doesn't take much. It really doesn't take much. You film something weird, and again, like this is a longer clip than I've seen before. Mm-hmm. So if you clip out if you take out more than half that video and just focus on as they were driving up, oh, here it comes across, and maybe you darken it a little bit.
Mhm.
That's it. You post that clip, it starts to go viral, and in places like the Daily Mail picks it up and says, "Oh, look, the ghost in Gettysburg," because it's known for that. But yeah, I picked up on this. One of my rules for writing an article on a specific video or photograph is if I get 10 requests, if I hit 10, then I start writing about it, because it's like, all right, a lot of people are talking about it. And let me address this and see what I can find. But yeah, good. That's a good one though. It's a good one. It was fun.
So I think John without the H is showing
John
us
without an H.
he's showing us quantum mechanics popping in and out of existence over there.
Yeah, dude, man. I highly recommend not getting Bitdefender antivirus because it just randomly cuts my computer down. I literally like uninstalled it and not going back to it.
Yeah, John without an H. How long have you been growing the beard?
I mean, ever since I started losing my hair up here, I kind of decided to replace it on my face. And so, I mean, I cut it sometimes, let it grow other times. My team, like, we went out to a site in Salisbury, North Carolina, where we had to wear like P100 masks, and so I had to shave my beard. When was that? Over the summer? And I don't think I've cut it that much ever since. So my hair grows long, but it grows slow.
Oh,
Just gonna keep going.
maybe you just have to exercise and speed yourself up.
I think I just need more manpower. I don't.
Manpower. I'm not getting into that. All right, we got one more question here. I'm going to put out to everyone here, and then I'm going to say thanks for stopping by and kick all you out. All right. So this comes from Kenneth Sykes. Has there ever been any unsolved crime or cold cases you know of that police detectives asked for help of a psychic, or teachers at police or FBI academies closed to the idea of psychic for help? P.S. How dare you eat my pizza steak? Nom nom nom. Don't know what that means. As far as I know, and this is just personal experiences and information that I've gathered, I have never come across a law enforcement that reached out to a psychic.
Did that not happen with Sylvia Brown? There was a couple times. No, okay.
No,
I thought there was one.
I'm not going to get angry with you. I'm angry at that name. Sylvia Brown is one of the most disgusting, awful people I have ever known to exist on this planet. I fucking hate her, and I hate what she did to people and families. And I think it's one of the few people that I am happy that are no longer in existence, because I think she brought a lot of misery to people, a lot of false hope. I think she was a horrible person.
I absolutely agree. She was grade A shit.
But well, 2 words: Amanda Berry. Look it up. Amanda Berry.
Yeah.
Look up that case, and you'll see exactly why I can't stand that woman. Sylvia Brown, not Amanda Berry. I think Amanda Berry, very awesome, and I'm happy that she made it through her ordeal. But no, I don't know of any police department or FBI or anything that actually reached out to a psychic in order to help solve a case. It's always been good detective work, good police work that has done it, asking questions, following leads. The problem I have with psychics that inject themselves into investigations is that they come up with very vague statements, and they cause police and law enforcement to utilize resources to follow those leads, because they can't just ignore them. If you call in with a tip, if you call in and say, I think this happened, or I saw something like this, they're obligated. The police are obligated to follow that lead. So if you're making these outrageous claims about, hey, I see, I think she passed. I think her body is at water, near water or a tower or something like that, and it's this and that, and you give all kinds of vague clues. Unfortunately, law enforcement has to allocate those resources to investigate that claim, that lead, and it might be taking away from other leads that really might lead to solving the case. So I have a big problem with psychics and mediums that claim that they know where a body is, or they know where a victim is, or something like that, because it's never, as far as I know, in the cases that I've studied, and again, I'm making this disclaimer because it's very important. The cases that I've covered have never shown that a psychic or medium has solved a case or even helped solve a case. Because in every case that I've evaluated, the information they provided was already available to the media.
I want to apologize doubly
Uh-oh.
because I couldn't answer the question as you asked me to answer it. And also, I don't want to take over his question. But I had basically one of the same questions for you, which I have thought about offering to ask to people, which is, has ever in the history of our legal system, has it come down to you look for spectral evidence for things? And you might have to put a time limit on it, because I don't know if you go back 300 years or so, maybe it was allowed, but I can't think of anything where people went, oh, we allowed for a ghost to testify on stuff, because it's very easy for them to put up a video on the Daily Mail where they go, this is a ghost running across the graveyard. But it would be a completely different thing if they could say, oh yes, this is where the court said we are following these. We're now taking the testimony of a ghost in this case, and I can't think of anything where that would be the case.
If I could address something real quick, I don't think, I might be wrong on this, I don't think Kenneth was asking if it helped solve the case. It was more, have they asked? And there is a lot of towns, especially around here, that the belief in religion and paranormal is so incredibly strong, it bleeds over into the police department. But I did find a article that I could not open, but it's at ojp.gov, and it's an abstract on physics and police work, but I can't open it, but it does look like it's saying it's controversial. It doesn't help the investigation, but that's all I can read on it right now.
I've got an article I was looking at. So, and I looked at this before. And to answer your question, yes, it appears that police have reached out to psychics before. This is a state of Florida investigation on the use of psychics, and they sent out a questionnaire to law enforcement in 1979, and they asked.
Well, Florida, that's your problem.
Yeah, it's already pointless. Yeah, they asked 102 respondents if they'd ever used psychics, and 73.1% said no. Sorry, if they ever solicited. So, like, specifically, did they ever reach out to use the psychic? 73.1% said no. The rest, the next question, I don't have time to read all this, but it was like 3 people had said yes, the psychic had actually helped in the crime and solving the crime. Now, it doesn't say what the cases are. So
do you have a link for that?
Yes.
If you can, put that in the chat room, because I would like to look at that. I think
it would be good to see some kind of a study on this, because I'm kind of reminded of the show Psych, where, like, hey, you've got somebody who maybe has some skill, some investigative ability, and so they use it and they investigate something, but then they just attribute it to being a psychic. But I mean, like, it's not. It really doesn't seem like something where it's like, oh yes, this is regularly done in investigating homicides or investigating whatever.
And yeah, like this is you commented on like a post that I made the other week, Kenny, and I never responded to it. And I kind of wish I did, but like
Because you're a dick.
I have no idea. I think I heard you say something. I don't know what to say. But anyways, so like I feel like if I was a psychic and like all of a sudden like I could detect and solve crimes, like I have a moral imperative to solve as many crimes as possible. And this is kind of like my issue. Like if I'm Sylvia Brown, why the heck am I going around charging people? Like I should be just solving crimes because it's a sense. It should be super easy to do, right? Like if it's a sense, like I can just sense stuff. Like I don't know. I feel like you have like a moral imperative to like make the world a better.
I mean, if I had it, because when you look at recordings of like Sylvia Brown, you look at recordings of John Edward and these other ones. Who was the other one? Something Von something. I don't like him. But if when you look at tapes of them, it seems so easy. Like they're asked a question and they're like, "Oh yeah, I got the answer." Especially Sylvia Brown. When you see her on Montel Williams, holy shit! It's almost like she has like different speakerphones or Zoom calls open with the spirit world, and she's just like, "Oh yeah, you're looking for who? Oh yeah, let me look. Oh yeah, I know where they are. She's dead, or she's alive, or the way she Von Prague. Thank you, Jade Kitten. So the way she responded sometimes was so matter of factly, like, "Oh yeah, I know that. Yeah, I'm sorry, she's dead." And I think like what really stands out again is Amanda Berry. That case, when you watch that episode of Montel Williams, when it comes up, Sylvia Brown is just like, "Oh, I'm sorry, honey. She's gone." She just knew right away. And if I had that ability, if I could speak with the dead and know like, "Hey, you're actually dead. I know you can tell me who killed you." I would definitely that would be my life. That would be my life's work. I would solve crimes. I would let families have closure and say, "Look, this is exactly what happened. This person needs to come to justice." I can provide evidence because now the person that has died can tell me exactly what happened.
It
And I
does
can
seem like it should be as simple as just asking the person what happened to you and go, where was it? When was it?
And if it was that, if it was that good, they would have a whole department in the police department dedicated to nothing but psychic research. But we don't have that.
Right.
Or like people who were psychic would become police officers.
Right.
Detectives.
Because you would have the best case closure rate ever. You would just be like, I just asked the victim who was the perpetrator.
Absolutely.
Where did it happen? Where do I find your body?
Right. I mean, there's when you go on and do a search for missing children, just in the United States, there are thousands. There are thousands of missing children. Just focus on that. Like I would plead and beg, please, find these children that are missing. But we don't. We don't. And that makes me suspect. There's a lot more to it. Granted, there's a lot more to this, but that's at the basic level. There are missing children throughout the United States, throughout the world. Find them. Give us good clues, like specific clues. Don't tell me they're near water. Honestly, I don't know if I could restrain myself. If you tell me that a missing person is near water, I'm gonna smack the shit out of you. I'm gonna backhand you and hope that I knock your head off your shoulders, because that's just I can't.
It really should be as simple as, I know where the person is. Follow me. Let's go get them.
Let's go get them. I can see where they're buried.
Follow me. Here's where we go.
I like Bob's comment there. If you could pull that up, Kenny, about the legality.
Legally, if you know something about a case and do not share with law enforcement, you are withholding evidence, which is illegal. So I'm gonna give a disclaimer. I don't know if that's true for civilians. I'm not sure. I'm not going to argue with you because I don't know. And you know what? You guys discuss. I'm going to look it up.
All right. Well, I think it would be because if there's an investigation going on and you provide false information, you definitely can catch some time for that. Not sharing it, I think, would be it would you'd have to prove it at that point. And with this kind of stuff with psychics, that's a little harder to prove than if you're hiding information or lying about it.
So,
So it looks like specifically negligent withholding is illegal.
this is I'm gonna post the link to where I'm
It
looking.
really doesn't come to my mind that there's a whole lot of cases where, like, after the fact, they go and prosecute people to say, you didn't tell us everything that you knew, which would involve the legal system knowing what they knew to even try to prosecute them on it. Like, you would have to prove that they knew it just doesn't
Right.
like happen.
And with the psychic, with this kind of thing, it's more like they could easily say, well, I had no connection to that person or it wasn't there. I mean, how can you prove that they actually knew? You know,
So I'm looking at a website called Wallen and Clarich Criminal Defense Attorneys. And in their website, they are talking about, quote, generally speaking, most people are under no legal obligation to report a crime, whether they knew about it in advance, witnessed its commission, or found out about it after the fact. However, there are exceptions to this law that you ought to know about. And then it goes into a lot. I just posted the link to this. So
I would think too that a lot of this would fall under like some of the rules about you not being able to like you can plead the fifth. So like you can say, I'm not going to help you build your case against me. So you're not under an obligation to be giving information out. So you can say, I don't know.
Fifth is about testifying against yourself, not any evidence, period.
right.
I don't know. This would be anyone a lawyer? If anyone's a lawyer, come on. I'm going to post the link in the chat room again because that would be awesome to talk to somebody that really knows what they're talking about. Because this is just speculation on our part. I mean, I don't know. I'm reading off of websites that are from law offices, but I don't know. And that's the big thing. We can speculate all we want, and I want to make that clear because I listen to a lot of paranormal podcasts that they don't intentionally offer legal advice, but they do. And I want to make it clear that I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. None of you guys are lawyers, right?
I'm not a lawyer.
I know you. I know the two Johns. I don't know Tommy. You're not a lawyer.
I'm not a lawyer.
So don't take advice from us about the law at all. But talk to an actual lawyer. But like this is a case where it's like, all right, we have to look, especially like you have to look in your state and see if there's different laws that apply in your county, your city, whatever. Because this is something that really would come up. If you know information, I mean, I think you have a moral obligation to report it.
Yeah.
But if you're pretending to be a psychic and medium, which in my opinion, my personal opinion, I think everyone that claims to be a psychic and medium are pretending to be a psychic and medium.
Yep.
Don't offer false information because you're taking away from an actual investigation. You're taking away.
On a law side of things, that should be something that is to be able to be charged with. Like if you give that kind of information and you're found to be wrong, at least a fine or something that you get hits on for giving fake information.
I did a podcast with Ben Radford. He does a podcast called Squaring the Strange.
Awesome show.
the over influx of rum is starting to hit me. So his podcast, Squaring the Strange, awesome podcast. I love it. I listen to it every time they put it out. But I was involved with an episode where Ben Radford actually challenged us, me and Celestia Ward, who is the other co-host, to investigate a psychic involved with a murder or missing person. That's what it was. A missing person case that a psychic was involved in, to investigate it in real time. And that's what we did. And probably one of the most difficult things I've ever done, because I participated in I was in one of the searches because it was close by. So I participated in one of the searches looking for this woman. Eventually she was found. But unfortunately she was dead. So it was, there was a lot of psychics that came forward with the story talking about it, and I found two in particular. One that talked to her the night of her murder. The psychic claimed that she could predict future events, but never warned this woman that she was going to die that night. And then I talked to another psychic who made all these claims about where the body was. And they were completely false. Everything that she said was completely false. So if she would have called the police, and thankfully she didn't, but if she would have called the police and gave all the details, because she had a lot of details, it would have thrown them off the case. They would have been like 30 to 40 miles away from where she was eventually found. And that kills me. That really pisses me off that things like this take place, because you're fucking pretending to talk to these people that have passed away. You're pretending to solve these mysteries, these crimes, and you're not. You're actually making them worse. All right, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'm getting pissed off.
Yeah.
We lost Tommy. Tommy, we lost your video.
I'm back. I ran out for a second.
There you go. It's all right. Did you have to pee?
Yes.
Okay.
Nothing brings that home like being on camera.
Yeah,
I had to shut the video off for that.
Let's see. Tim Vickers, one of my co-hosts of Three Tortured Souls. You could argue, in order for a layperson to take information to law enforcement about a crime, they must know that a crime took place. Good. Dave Schumacher, my other co-host at Three Tortured Souls, John Kennedy. It's a good article because there is actual data. Yes, big about data.
Oh, absolutely. I definitely want to look into that after the show.
I love this. Thanks, Bob. We all heard you being.
Fucking Bob.
I wasn't going to tell him, but
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's sound effects. It's all good.
I'll try and do better next time.
All right.
beer.
All you got to do is mute the mic. There's a little button down at the bottom that says mute.
Yeah.
Just turn it off. It's all good. All right. We're going to wrap this up. We're actually at the 2-hour mark. So, guys, I'm going to start with John with an H. Do you have anything you want to promote? You want to come up? Any last words?
I don't have really anything coming up. I'm looking forward to the next open mic night on Three Tortured Souls, because I would like to bring up that stuff with Dave as well. So, but yeah, other than that, I have not. I will say that the challenge you and JD are doing.
Yeah.
That show is going to be on Melissa's birthday, and she said that's her birthday present to her, is watching you guys in excruciating pain.
So as long as we make 500, both of us will be doing it. But JD will be doing it nonetheless, which is good. It's fine by me. I'm okay with it, because that was fucking torture. Oh my God. I don't like spicy stuff at all.
That makes it worse.
Like, and eating that, it's like you eat it and it's like a Dorito, and you're like, oh yeah, that's cool. Within like 10 seconds, you're like, nope, not cool, not cool at all. No, okay, I'm gonna die. Here it is. Everyone's gonna watch me die.
My son was doing a video of him doing it, and a couple seconds in, he looks at the camera. He's like, I can feel it in my goddamn legs.
Oh, it was horrible. All right, so John with an H. I'm gonna say goodnight. I'm gonna boot
Night.
you.
Thanks for having me on.
Not boot you, but just remove you.
Kick him out. Get him out
Take
of
him
here.
out. All right. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. I'll see you tomorrow
You too.
night.
All right.
John with an A, without an H. You're next. You got anything you want to promote?
I'm single. Lady.
Wow. Dude, that's desperate.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
I hear you. I hear you.
No, I mean I don't have anything like officially to promote.
Don't you have a podcast?
Yeah, it's officially unofficial still. But we do have
that. Promote it.
Yeah, let's promote it. Free promotion. So we've got a podcast coming up. It's called Ghosts and Stuff, which is probably the most clever name for a podcast of all time. It's with my my paranormal team, and we're going to be kind of taking like a topic, and we're going to kind of split it up into three. We'll have one person discuss like the folklore about a particular topic, somebody talk about like the history of a topic, and I'm going to talk about some possible explanations or just some cool like science fact about the topic and kind of focus on it. And then we're going to kind of gather and then have one big conversation like we're doing right now with people in the chat. So I would love for a skeptical audience to come out and help me out in the chat. That'd be awesome. It's open to anybody of any kind of persuasion. We want all kinds of engagement, believers, skeptics, everybody to be there. So
cool.
So yeah, I don't have an exact date. We're actually discussing it next week about when we're getting that all together. So yeah, it's coming up. I think it's gonna be cool because to us it's gonna be a skeptic podcast for believers.
Cool.
Is the best way to put it.
Cool. I'll be looking forward to it. And yeah, as soon as I hear from you, I'll promote it, and then we'll see if we can get some people. I'll be there.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun for sure.
Cool. All right, man.
And I'll have to ask my question next time.
What's your question? If you have a question, ask it.
I mean, I don't want to go over it. No, so one of the things that we're doing is we're considering like investigating empaths, and we have a few empaths who want to do some stuff, right? Like they want to like prove if empathy is real or not. And so the idea that I had, my hypothesis is that they are physically empathic, meaning they pick up on other people's emotions. Right. Contextual cues, other people's emotions. They may be in a scary place, and so they will feel scared. And so that's my hypothesis of what's going on, and they interpret that as like a psi phenomena.
Okay.
And so what I was going to do is, and we still have to figure out like the legality and stuff like that, but find some like bed and breakfasts or Airbnbs, bring them to them, and they don't have to have haunted claims or not, but in one, you do this multiple times, right? Like, let's see if we can repeat it. In one, we'll kind of prep them, like maybe we'll tell ghost stories about experiences and stuff like on the way, or maybe we'll, just give little cues here and there about haunted stuff. And in the next experiment, not talk about any of that stuff, like talk about what a great day we've had or whatever else, right? Like do not talk about anything paranormal, and see if they latch on to those cues and maybe they bring those emotions in. And of course, we're going to compare like what each empath, what they pick up. Because if it's all different, what's going on. And so Yeah, I was. My question is.
I was wondering where you were getting to
That's
that.
why I was like, I wasn't going to ask because it's really long.
Like, what the fuck? I said, like, what's your question? You're like,
My
oh,
question
okay,
is,
I'm gonna
A,
go on a
what do you-
10-minute fucking speech.
I warned you. I warned you.
God damn it! Ask the fucking
I said I
question.
could do this next time. My question is: A, is what would you think of that? B, what is something I need to watch out for in order to like prevent it from becoming pseudoscientific?
Wow. Yeah,
See,
that's a question for another time.
I tried to
That's
type.
going to be involved. There's a lot there. I actually think, I mean, that would be a good question when we do an open mic night on Three Tortured Souls, because you would have both Dave and Tim involved, and I think you would get a better answer with the three of us than just me.
Awesome.
So yeah, I definitely in 3 weeks when we do another one, because we're trying to do on Three Tortured Souls, we're trying to do each of us takes a topic, and then once we complete 3 rotation, then the 4th rotation is an open mic night. So I think that would be a good topic to bring up. Or let me talk to the guys, and maybe that will be a good show where we can talk about, setting up an experiment in that fashion. So that might be good.
Yeah,
Let me talk to them and see what they think, and we'll see what we will do.
Cool.
All right, I'm gonna kick you out.
Get out of here.
Take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you, sir.
Later. Tommy.
Kenny?
Flint Fireforge. Look him up.
I'll have to look him up, yeah.
You are the embodiment of what I think about when I read about those novels. And I think Flint Fireforge, that character is you. So coming at the end here, what do you got? Do you have anything you want to promote? You want to put any last words out there? Make sure you talk directly at the camera so we can hear you.
I don't think I have anything to promote or put out. I was going to say maybe never stop learning, and also maybe energy.
Wait. I have a sound effect.
Shut up! You're killing me, Small.
There you go.
Cheers on a wonderful show.
Awesome. Glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you come back every week. Thank you very much for doing that. And
Thank you. And
any improvements, let me know. I hope you guys enjoy it. And all right, so I'm gonna kick you out of here. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Never stop learning.
thank you.
And I'll talk to you soon.
Goodbye.
Bye. All right. Woo. Let's see. I'm gonna wrap. Oh, wait. There we go. Dave Schumacher. Anything can be a scientific study, no matter what topic or question. Pseudoscience is bad science and/or bad conclusions. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate that. Let's see. I'm trying to go through. I'm feeling pretty good. Right now. So let me see. I'm going through some of the comments. Let me make sure I got through all the questions. I did. I got through all the questions that I starred. So hopefully they were all the questions that came up. And I think everyone did a good job. Thank you, everyone, both Johns and Tommy that came on and hung out with me for a while. I appreciate it. Let me get to my announcements. I don't have, so my announcements are a little, oh, what's this? John Michael, depends on how you phrase your no. Oh, okay. They're getting really sciencey. Awesome. So let me see here. Brand. And I go to my announcements, my Squid Game Bob's announcements. So all of these are very, very, they're not set in stone. So March 25th, 27th, there is the Rochester Parafest in Rochester, New York. I don't know if I'm going there or not. I'm not sure. It really depends on the numbers that are happening, because we're seeing a uptick in numbers of COVID. So I don't like traveling. I don't want to be in big crowds. It's enough that I go to work and I come home, and that's about it. That's what I'm doing right now. So moving forward a couple months, July 23rd is the Para-Unity Conference in Para-Unity Expo. Oh my gosh, I'm feeling really good. Para-Unity Expo in Woodbridge, New Jersey. That is, it's a good conference. It is a good conference. I know I don't particularly like the name, but it is really good time. Lots of good people there. They let me set up my skeptical help bar. They let me talk about whatever I want to talk about. And people are very open to it. I have to admit that that conference is probably the most busy my skeptical help booth has been at any conference. Lots of people coming up. I actually had a line, which I was really surprised about. A line of people waiting to talk and ask questions. And then I had a person that claims to be psychic come up and do a like public endorsement of my way of thinking, which is really cool. August 19th to 21st, probably one of the best conferences ever that I go to is the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash. I love it. It's so much fun because it is a part conference where I get to give out some information and try to put critical thinking out there and science and stuff like that. But the parties at night are phenomenal. Oh my gosh. If you have an opportunity to come out for this conference, do it. Do it because it's like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Thursday night, there's a party. It's an unofficial party, and it's really good. Friday night, even better. Saturday night, holy crap, even better. And Sunday is recovery. So come on out. The last announcement is October 20th, 23rd. It's SciCon. It's still scheduled right now. I don't know if it's actually going to happen. I'm hoping to be out there, be part of it. I'm really hoping to do a workshop, which is one of the things I've done the last couple of years, where I do a workshop on photography and video and teach people how to look for details and look for anomalies and stuff like that, how to explain them. So I'm hoping that stays true because, you know, it's a cool trip to Vegas and I get to see a lot of people that I really love to hang out with. So, all right, with that, what else do I have? February 11th, we're going to be doing the One Chip Challenge. Please donate to the Cancer Research Institute. Please donate. If we get up to $600, I will eat this chip that's in here. You can hear it. In there, it's really in there. JD is going to do it anyway. So you can come watch him suffer because we watched him suffer last year. But if you want to do it, if you want to see me suffer, definitely donate. And if we get up to $600, I'll eat this damn thing. I hate this thing. All right. With that said, let me see. We have a whole, oh my God, we have like 20 comments. Let me go through and make sure I'm not missing anything. Any last minute questions? Let me get out of the, that. So let's say great show. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I love when you guys have a great time. Great show tonight. You guys have a good time. That means I did a good job. And I appreciate that. That's why I keep coming back here. And I want to say before I go, like you guys have actually helped me because believe it or not, high school, before the internet, I was so freaking shy. I would never have done something like this. I would never have done videos or live shows where I got in front of people and just, you know, answered questions on the spot. But thanks to you guys, I've built my confidence over the years and I can do this. So let's see. Squid Game Bob announcements. That's right. Bob has his own section. Maybe one day we'll actually get Bob to do the announcements. That would be great. I would love to do that. I would love to get Bob to actually like pre-record a video where he announces my announcements and then I can just play it and that would be great. That would be great. Tommy says, did I come off okay? Yeah, you did. You did. this is open mic night. You can come on. You don't have to be like professional or be any kind of personality. You come on, you talk. Like I had no idea. Most of the time, like when people come on, I let them come on for a few minutes. Honestly, because like new people that have never been on the show before, I'm a little nervous about. Like when I bring them on, I'm like, all right, is this somebody that's like okay? Are they going to get along with everyone? Are they going to talk to me? Or am I going to click on the little icon and then all of a sudden they're going to start showing their butt? I have no idea. So I'm happy to report that you came off really good. You didn't show your butt, which is great. That won't cause a problem with Facebook. But you did great. You did great, Tommy. So thanks. Anytime you want to come on, man, you let me know. Open mic night, you come on, you chat. I actually like the format where we do open mic night and we have more people come on and we just have like pretty much a panel discussion. I like that. All right. So thanks. Anytime. Blah, blah, blah. Question up. Let's see. What are you doing tomorrow night around 8 p.m.? Thanks, Bob. Tomorrow night, I will be on Three Tortured Souls. It is a podcast that I do in collaboration with Tim Vickers and Dave Schumacher. And we take a topic. We take one topic and we science the shit out of it. Basically, I love that tagline. Basically, we discuss it all night. And tomorrow, we're going to be doing a review of a book that all three of us, I know we mentioned it on the show, but we all bought it. We all purchased it. We pre-ordered it. And then it came in. We read it this week. And we decided we were going to do that show tomorrow night. And we've read it really fast and went through it. And we have a lot to comment on. A lot. Holy shit. A lot. A lot. So, with that, tune in tomorrow night. Three Tortured Souls, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. And let's see. I like Dave getting drunk and talking shit. That's what we do. Let's see. Comfortable. You guys help me get comfortable too. That was hard. You know what? It's good. This is good practice. If you want to do a podcast on your own, or if you want to get out there more, this is the perfect place to do it. There's no pressure. You can come on and just sit there and listen. You can offer a comment here and there, but you don't actually have to do anything. It has to be Squid Game Bob's announcement, though. It does. It does have to be Squid Game Bob. All right. So I'm going to... Oh, one more question. Damn it, John. Without an H. Can I show my butt next time I come on? No. What's the book? Ron, you're going to have to tune in tomorrow to see. I'm not going to give it away. We did talk about it on the show. I think we actually talked about it on the show, and we decided on the show that we were going to buy it and review it. So I might not be accurate on that. But anyway, with that, I'm going to not answer any more questions. I'm going to queue up my video. Let's see, outro. So, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this show. I hope you learned something. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. If you're in my area, we're supposed to get a big snowstorm that started like hours ago. So I don't know what it looks like outside. Be careful. Be safe. Stay home. Relax. Otherwise, be safe. Enjoy your weekend. Have fun. Never stop learning. That's the point of the show. And I will see you tomorrow night, because that's when I'll be on. If you don't tune in Three Tortured Souls, you should be. But otherwise, I'll see you next week. Bye.